So, hello, my fellow trucketeers. I hope you're all well. Anyway, I'm back in the yard. It's a Friday, and I'm doing something a little bit different, something new for 2025. So, what is this? Jono's debrief from the week. So, this is a new thing I'm going to be doing. So, every Friday when I finish, I'm going to sort of like either do a little short video on my phone to talk to you about what I've been through the week, because you all know that my vlogs come out sort of several weeks or maybe a couple of months after they've been filmed, so they're not exactly the most up-to-date thing. So I figured what I could do is do a little talky video with you at the end of every week, which will be released either a Saturday or Sunday, depending sort of how things work out. So it depends how busy I am or what I've got going on. It all depends if I have time to film as well. So obviously I finished my shift now. Everything's all done. Car's packed up. It's out there warming up at the moment. So yeah, literally all I've got to do is lock the cab up and go home, but I figured I'll film this in here for you. So it'll either be filmed here in the man cave, in the kitchen at home, whatever, at my parents' house, I don't know, having a walk somewhere. So yeah, this is literally going to be like a thing I do at the end of the week every week, and it'll be the most recent thing you'll see from me. So yeah, I will literally talk to you through my week. So this week was Monday the 6th of January till Friday the 10th of January. So my first week back at work in 2025. So yeah, I will talk to you through my week. So now I've got a load of notes that I've written down so I can help jog my memory, because to be honest, my memory's terrible. So yeah, yeah, let's get to it. I've actually bought myself a little diary to take notes in, so the future videos I'll actually have a diary. And what I might do is, at the end of the year, I might give that diary away to one of you so you can have a read of it or whatever, do what you want with it, sell it on eBay for 5p, I don't know. Anyway, so Monday, we started at 6 a.m. from the yard, and then we drove to Liscard in Cornwall to go drop off a load of paving slabs and stuff to a site down there. Weren't too bad. It was a little bit muddy. I had to drive in, but then they said you need to reverse into that bit, so I had to reverse back out on the main road. Matey went out and stopped the traffic for me, which was nice, and then reversed into the yard and they unloaded me. That weren't too bad. And then once that was off, I drove down to R&R's yard in Redroof, and they loaded me up with a load of stuff for Middlesbrough. So yeah, I got that up I got that loaded, sorry, and then made my way up towards Middlesbrough. I got as far as Redditch at night, so Monday I clocked off at 6 o'clock, so we done 12 hours that day, so it weren't too bad a day. So yeah, that weren't too bad. Parked up for the night, played Farming Simulator, you know, had some food and whatever, so that weren't too bad. Now, because I stopped in Redditch, it's only about 4 hours to Middlesbrough from Redditch, and it's Tesco's, and it was a 2 o'clock drop. So as we all know, you can't really go to Tesco's any more than half hour before your booking time. They just won't let you in. So I didn't have to really start until about 9. But I actually started at 8 and then just dragged my heels for the day. So left Redditch at 8 o'clock in the morning, made my way out towards Middlesbrough. Had like a 15-minute, half hour break at Tip Shelf Services, and then when I went up to carried on the way up. I got about halfway up to half hour away from Middlesbrough, and then I had an hour break there, played some Farming Simulator. You'll see a bit of a theme in this. Yeah, got up there for about 1:45, got in. I was in for about an hour, got tipped, left. As I was there, I got told that my collection is out of Immingham, but that customer doesn't load you after 3:30, so I knew I wasn't going to make it. So I made my way down towards Goole, parked in Goole for the night, stopped at 5:30, I think it was. So I'd done 9.5 hours that day. That was Tuesday, done. Yeah, so quite an easy day, really, to be fair. So Wednesday, I started at 7 o'clock, made my way to Immingham, took an hour. So I got there pretty much bang on 8 o'clock, which is when they start. Kane, one of the other drivers that does a bit of work for us, he was already there loading. His load was not ready the day before, but it was ready in the morning, so he loaded up, but my load wasn't quite ready. They only had about half my load ready. So he went on, he got loaded, he was out there by about 9, half 9, something like that. And then I went forward, they got about half the load on, and then I had to sit around and wait while they bagged up the rest of the fertiliser and that, and then, yeah, I think I left there about 10 to 11, so yeah. And then that went all the way down to St Ives in Cornwall, so it was an 8-hour drive from there. So we fired on all the way down to Cornwall. Had another 15-minute break at Tipshelf southbound. Then we had a half-hour break at Michael's Services, and then we fired on down to St Ives, and we got to the customer for 8 o'clock, and he actually tipped me that night, which was lovely. It wasn't supposed to be tipped till in the morning, but I rung him up, and he said, yeah, we'll tip you tonight. So got in there, we got tips, and I parked up and stayed on their farm for the night. Stopped at 9:35 my car was out, or put myself on break for the night, so 14 hours 45 were done that day. So that was Wednesday. So Thursday, we had a bit of a late start Thursday. So obviously because I wasn't supposed to get the spuds off till the fertiliser off until the morning Thursday, my load, they didn't really have all the details for my load for the collection, so I got up at 7, but I just didn't really do anything until I got the phone call. As soon as I got the phone call, I put in my car, then started my day and that. Started at 8:30, left the farm in St Ives, went to meet Kane in Hale, done a trailer swap with him because he needed my trailer and I needed his. And then I went to Helston to collect the potatoes, and then they went all the way to Spalding. That's it, yeah, went all the way there. So I made my way pretty much back to where I come from, near enough. Well, not quite as it's a lot further east, but not quite as north. So I rung up the customer in Spalding. They said they don't tip after 5, so I parked up about 20 minutes from them last night, and then this morning started at 7 o'clock. Started at 7:30. Got to the customer for 8, and got unloaded by about 9:30. Made my way from Spalding. I say Spalding, it's a little place called Donington near there. Not Donington, up near like the racetrack and that, but you know, near Spalding. Then I had to go to Wisbeach to go collect some timber, which I've got on now, and then 6-hour drive from there straight back to the yard here Friday. So it's now 7:15, card out, done, paperwork's all handed in. Like I said, I've literally got to lock the truck up and go home. So yeah, that was my week. We have done a grand total of 59.5 hours this week, 59 hours 30. So bit shy on hours compared to what I'm used to, but that'll do, to be fair. I was hoping to get 60, but we didn't quite make the extra half hour. So we also drove a total of 2,914 kilometres, or 1,811 miles. To be fair, I might keep this consistent and keep it in miles. So yeah, we done 1,811 miles this week. So I've done more, I've done less. It depends how the week goes. And I would tell you a total amount of fuel I've put in, but I haven't written it down. It's over 800 litres. It's probably about 900 and something litres of fuel I've put in. That's fuel I've put in, not fuel that I've used, because that's a bit hard to work out. So yeah, we put about 900 litres of fuel in this week. So yeah, quite thirsty. Right, so that was my week. So we go on to the next segment. We will do this a bit more fancy one day, but this one's just going to be rough and raw. So, car of the week. So as I drive around, I see loads of different vehicles out on the road. Some more special than others. Sometimes I don't really see anything that good. I did see a 205, but it wasn't a GTI, so it didn't quite make the list this week. So my car of the week this week was a red Volvo 850R. Lovely, lovely car. I nearly had one of them many, many years ago, and I wish I did swap it because they're worth quite a bit of money now. But yeah, if anyone knows anything about the 850Rs, they went in the touring cars 94, 95, and they absolutely destroyed everything. Wicked, wicked cars they are. I would love to have one. It's definitely a wolf in sheep's clothing, as they say. Yeah, so that's that little segment done. On to the next one. So, for a bit of madness on the road this week. So, what I'll do is I'll drive around. I see things that happen out on the road. Could be anything. So, the craziness I saw on the roads this week was yesterday, actually, as I was driving up towards Spalding. I was on the M42, and I was going to go across and join the M40. So, just before I got to that split, there was, in lane 3, going in the opposite direction, so southbound technically on the M42, there was a 3-car pile-up. Someone had gone in the back of someone, and then they gone in the back of someone else. You know, that's outrageous, isn't it? Lane 3. Highways monkeys were there, so they were doing their job. But then, quarter of a mile up the road, literally underneath where the M40 goes over and joins the 42 northbound, again, lane 3, 3-car pile-up, all gone in the back of each other. Within quarter of a mile. I couldn't believe it. So if anyone was on the M42 on Thursday, just gone, yeah, you would have seen that. Open your eyes, people. Give yourself some room. Yeah. I don't understand how people do these things. Christ, we're on the 10 minutes in this video already. I wasn't expecting them to be this long, but we'll get on. These videos are also going to consist of you lot helping me out with these. So, we are going to go to viewers' questions. Yes, sir. You ask me questions and I'll answer them for you on these videos. So if you want to leave me questions for me to read out next week, leave them in the comments below on this video and then I'll read them out next week. I'll probably read between 3 and 5 questions each week, depending on the questions and how long they are. So I've had about 8 questions coming on a little post I put up, but I'll probably read about 5 of them, so we'll get on from there. So, number 1 from John. Sorry, I'm terrible with names at the best of times. So John Maloney asks, what was my biggest mistake or most frightening experience behind the wheel of a truck? Technically 2 questions, but I'll answer them. So technically, my biggest mistake I ever done was when I was still class 2, not long been at Lenham's, quite naive, didn't know everything. I went to work one morning, sorted my stuff out, got on the truck, realised I'd left my wallet at home. Yeah, but I had a booking time for Tesco's in Reading, and obviously we know what Tesco's is like with booking times, they're quite strict, so I was like, damn, what am I going to do? And I was like, oh, I could just drive the truck home, grab my wallet and put my card and do a manual entry. Yeah, I did that. Don't do that, please. Don't drive with your card out. Some reason in my mind I thought, oh yeah, you could just manual entry and you're driving, it'll be fine. Yeah, I got bollocked for that one, so yeah, don't do that one. I got a written warning and everything. It was not ideal, yeah. Further on down the line I found out you're probably, if you're going to run out of time at night, you're safer to keep your card in and go over your hours than you are to pull your card out and get caught driving without your card. So just don't do it. I was young. Well, I say young. I was only like 6 years ago. But I was naive and stupid. I did it. I got kicked in the ass for it. It could have been a lot worse. So just don't do that. That was my biggest mistake. And probably my most frightening moment was when I collected the wall out of Wales for the first time, and I sort of, the truck slipped off the road a little bit, and I thought I was going to go over, but I didn't. Yeah, my heart was in the throat with that one. So yeah. Question 2 from Drink Petrol is, what is a massive issue that you face as a lorry driver that you wish the general public knew about, that they could make your life and other lorry drivers' lives easier? So that would be, give us plenty of room. Give us more room. We need a lot more room to get these vehicles around the road safely. So just sit back, give us the room, and be patient. Give us time to do what we need to do. We're big and heavy and slow. We don't want to be in your way as much as you don't want us in your way, but if you allow us to make progress as quickly as we can, then once the road's straightened out, you can just get past us and everyone's happy. No one's been put in danger. So yeah, that's the best bit of advice I could give for that. Margaret McKenna asks, what makes you mad about other drivers? The thing that makes me most mad about other drivers is people don't accept responsibility for their actions. They'll do something really daft that will put their own lives at danger, and of course, being a truck driver, if I kill someone, or I cause an accident or whatever, or they cause an accident and I'm involved in it, I'm automatically to blame. So the truck driver's always at fault until proven innocent, and that goes down the chain. So the bigger the vehicle gets blamed for the smaller vehicle, or gets blamed for the accident. So if a car hits a cyclist, the car's at blame. If a cyclist hits a pedestrian, the cyclist is at blame. So yeah, when someone does something daft, then you pull the horn to let them know they've nearly killed themselves, and then they turn around and give you the finger. Yeah, at that moment I'd want to jump out and give them a piece of my mind, but you know, that's one thing that really gets me angry. It's just entitlement. That's what that is. Yeah, we'll go with Kieran's question here. What would you say would be a reasonable hourly rate for HGV driver, and what would be a respectable working week? Well, respectable hourly rate would be £3,000 an hour, and I'd only have to work 2 hours a week. To be fair, it's all relevant. It depends what you need to survive on. So if you live in an area that's cheaper to live in, say Somerset, it's not too bad to live in. It's cheaper than Dorset. You might not need as much per hour to live on than you would if someone lived near London. You know, you might need twice the wage to live up there the same way. So it's all relevant, but on average, I'd say the average wage is somewhere between £13.50 and £15.50 an hour. Is probably about average at the moment. Some places will somehow pay less. Some places pay day rate as well. I wouldn't work for a place that works day rate. If I work someone that paid day rate, I'd work out how many pounds an hour I'd want, and I'd literally stop at that hours. If they paid me £150 a day, I'd stop at 10 hours. That's £15 an hour. Because the thing is, if you work 15 hours, you're then on £10 an hour, and that's not worth it, is it? As for a reasonable working week, it depends how much you like working, doesn't it? I'm quite a workaholic. I feel cheated if I do less than 60 hours a week. So yeah, make sure, a good amount of hours. 50 to 60 hours I'd probably say is reasonable for truck driving. If you're tramping, you're probably looking at 60 plus. So yeah. And then we'll go with one more question. So Ben Whitehouse asks, just signed my first HGV tramping contract. What would you advise take with me for the week? Proper bedding. Take yourself some proper bedding. Get yourself a proper fitted sheet. I got mine from a website called Lorry Living. So they fit the beds nice because these are actually longer than a single bed you'd have at home. So normal sheets won't fit. But normal duvets and that's fine. Proper bedding. Flip flops or showers. Baby wipes. Plenty of water. A 24-volt kettle and a pot noodle, because then that way you've always got hot food in case your microwave breaks if you've got a microwave in your truck. It's all dependent. As you tramp through over the weeks and that, you'll figure out things that you'll need and pick them up. So to be honest, it's a case of once you figure out you need something, that's when you get it, and you just accumulate stuff over the weeks or years or whatever. So yeah, proper bedding, flip-flops or showers, whatever else you think you might need, to be honest, water, kettle. So yeah, that's it. That's viewers' questions. Like I said, if you want to have any asked out next week, or if I didn't ask yours this week, leave them in the comments below and I may ask them again next week. This is going on a bit longer than I thought it would, so yeah, this is going to turn out to be pretty good, I guess. New segments, it's going to take me a little while to get it all sort of ironed out and smooth. So we'll go on to our last little segment, which is my favourite comment of the week. So obviously through my videos I release through the week, I obviously read every comment that comes in because I've got a problem. If I see a comment I like particularly in a week through any of the videos, will leave them out. So Graham, I don't know if it's Graham L702 or whether it's Graham 1702, so whoever. He left a comment on one of my videos that says, I woke up in hospital one day and when I asked one of the medics what was happening, he said, you were involved in a road accident with a heavy goods vehicle. We're gonna have to scan you. That made me chuckle, and then that left a whole load of comments underneath of people leaving like puns, and that was brilliant. So well done for that comment, mate. Top marks for that. Anyway, this one's gone on a bit, so if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Leave a comment, let me know what you think of this new little thing I'm going to be doing. Hopefully it might be a bit shorter than this, but we'll see how they go. So right, remember, vlog out Monday 6 PM. I'll see you then. Take it easy.